you think it's going to be fine, and you think you're always going to want to be a Christian, and you're always going to want to go to church, but that is so far from reality. I went to this incredible Christian high school. I ate Christian culture for breakfast. I loved it. I did. I loved youth group, took three theology classes my senior year, and I loved it. When I graduated, I wanted to go to a Christian college because I wanted that experience to continue. And I applied to a couple, and I went to one that was small and seemed super comfortable to me, and possibly a recreation of that community I found in high school. I don't know if you feel this way, just that sometimes when that community was isolated, there was just so many different factors that made it all these stigmas and all these binaries, these gender binaries, and to be a Christian woman that was desirable, you couldn't just be reading the Bible, you had to be beautiful doing it, you had to be put together, and you had to be virginal and pure, and I was just always told that I was just never going to be desirable because I wasn't a virgin, and I wasn't wholly pure, because so many Christian men just say that they don't want someone who's not a virgin. Jesus never told me that you are undesirable, but the church did, and the church culture did. And I became obsessed with being this person, and when I couldn't be, I had zero desire. I probably went to church my freshman year of college 3 times, and I hated it. And I used to get dressed up like I had gone to church to go to the dining commons for Sunday brunch because I was ashamed that I didn't go. But I left, and then I came to Chicago and started going to school here, and for some reason that awakened a part of me. It kind of jarred my apathy, and I wanted to go back to church. The grace I was expecting to be extended to me, I wasn't extending to others. I started going to Park a little bit, and Park was weird at first to go to the Rogers Park campus because it was so stripped down. There was no smoke machines, there was no lights. And so for me, it was refreshing that there was just, it was what it was. But once again, I entered into some friendships that made me feel that temptation. I think I just ran. I just thought, I'm done. And then all of a sudden, God started putting some real Christian women in my life that struggled with things and were still beautiful and still so desirable. And we had real conversations. I went back and I went back again, and it was a commitment because it was hard because I didn't want to. You know what I mean? I've learned to separate my relationship with Christ with my hurt from the church. And that's why I keep coming back, because ultimately Christ is my foundation. And if I understand my worth and stand in agreement with my worth and who He says I am, then I am not as susceptible to that hurt, because I know that it's irrelevant to how He views my relationship with Him and how He views me.